Welcome, guys. Welcome back. Tommy back here, talking sports, wearing shorts, and welcome back to another Liverpool video. Yes, it's another Liverpool video, and it's another Liverpool video in terms of their midfield. Now, it's a over-talked about topic right now. I think it's the most talked about topic, if you're a Liverpool fan right now, is the midfield, and obviously all the links we have with Jude Bellingham, Enzo Fernandez, and Sofian Amrabat. But I want to talk about what can Liverpool do in terms of rejuvenating this midfield, and what's the future hold for Liverpool's midfield. We're going to jump into a few articles, and you can follow that with me, and we'll just talk about a few things and how I think that Liverpool are actually going to reshape this and what all these links with all these players mean. Are we going to get a few? Is it bullshit? Is it there's a bit of truth to it? We don't know. But I'm going to give you my opinion, and we'll jump on into it. So just bear with me, and we're going to jump into this first article. We're just going to read some things, and we'll chat about it. So the first one here, obviously, we know this one. Jude Bellingham set to become Liverpool's record signing after choosing move to Anfield. Now, we know all the links with Jude Bellingham, but, you know, is it true? Is it not? Who knows? You can make of it what you will. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know why this article's not really loading up. Bear with me. You got to take this one with a pinch of salt. I believe that Jude Bellingham wants to come to Liverpool. I believe that the ground's been made. I believe the contact with Klopp's been made. I believe his family wants the move to Liverpool. So we got to be careful because Manchester City can push for Jude Bellingham as well. And Borussia Dortmund have come out and said they want 130 million for him. And when they want that type of money, obviously Manchester City are going to be interested and they can outbid us. So we got to be careful for that. But if we look at this article right here in terms of the Bellingham latest, we obviously know the interest has been made, like we just said. But if we come down here, Naby Keita could leave in January. Now, this is a real important topic. The hope among Liverpool fans is that both Bellingham and Fernandez find their way to Anfield. Though this may seem like a pipe dream, a major midfield recruitment drive is clearly going to be needed. And we know that. If us Liverpool fans, you would know watching us, we need some investment in that midfield. It's been a long, long time, particularly since Wijnaldum left. We haven't really reinvested in the midfield. Yes, we brought in Thiago, but he has that injury problems. And the age of the midfield is getting older and older. Naby Keita never really turned out to be the player that he could. Oxlade-Chamberlain's so injury prone, and obviously James Milner coming to the end of his time. So you're looking at least 2 to 3 midfielders there that we really need to replace. So not only is Naby Keita among the players that could be out of contract, Oxlade-Chamberlain and James Milner. So I think those 3 will leave. If Liverpool were planning to go like for like, this would mean they're recruiting new midfielders in the summer, a couple of more reliable players, yada, yada, yada. So that's something that we need to keep in mind. Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and James Milner leaving, which then brings me on to the other players. So we know with the links with Enzo Fernandez, we've done the report on that. But if we look for Sofian, and this is what I really wanted to touch on in terms of structuring Liverpool's midfield. So yes, we've got some links with Amrabat. But if we go to Enzo Fernandez, right, let's look at the deals for him. So Enzo Fernandez latest, apparently his release clause is 120 million as well. So if you've got 120 million for Benfica and then 130 million for Bellingham, I don't see that happening, guys. I think that's a pipe dream. It's either going to be, it's one or the other for me. It's going to be either Enzo Fernandez or it's going to be Jude Bellingham. It's either going to be one of the two. I'm not sure how or who we're going to get, but I think that one of them is going to end up at Liverpool and the other one isn't. We should sign both, but I don't think we will. But how we structure that, I'm not too sure. In an ideal world, we get rid of Naby Keita, we get rid of Oxlade-Chamberlain, we get rid of James Milner, and we go for Enzo Fernandez and Jude Bellingham. And does that make us title contenders again? I think it really does. You complement that with Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson, and you've restructured that midfield for the next 10 years. But I don't think that's going to happen, guys. I think that we'll miss out on one of them. I don't think Liverpool can string both. I don't think we have the money. And so, yeah, I think that Liverpool should go for these 2 players. They're players that are going to be around for the next 10 to 15 years. Jude Bellingham's going to be a generational talent. Enzo Fernandez looks like he could be one of those players, a generational talent type player as well. Obviously, super good for Argentina and Benfica. But Liverpool aren't like this. We've seen this before. We know how we operate. We don't go buy multiple players for hundreds of millions. We only buy one. And if we are to get 2, it's going to be at a lower price. And I don't think with Bellingham's price tag, you can afford to be a little bit cheap. I think we've got to find a way to get him. Because if we don't get him and you allow Manchester City to get Jude Bellingham, then, you know, the title race could be over. We'll never, ever catch them. Because if they have a midfield with De Bruyne, Bellingham, and whoever else, Bernardo Silva or whatever, you're not catching that team. You're just not. So Liverpool can't afford to lose out on Bellingham or Enzo Fernandez. You know, it's either either. We have to at least get one, but it's interesting to see. I don't think we're going to get Amrabat, guys. There's a lot to talk on that. I personally don't think that's going to happen. I think Klopp's got his chips stacked on either Bellingham or Fernandez. I think personally it's Bellingham, but lots of talk with Enzo Fernandez. But how do you think Liverpool are going to structure this midfield, guys? Let me know. Who do you want to see in this midfield? Who do you want to see in this midfield three? Do you think Fabinho's had his time? Do you think Thiago's had his time? I personally don't think Thiago deserves to stay around in the spot. I think he's brilliant. But I think we need Bellingham. At least, the very least, we need Bellingham. I'd love to sign both, but at the very least, we need one of them. That's about wrapping up, guys. I just want to talk about how we structure this new Liverpool midfield. It's been talking about for a long, long time. How do you want to do it? I think we need to. This is the time we need to pull the trigger. We need to really invest and change it up. We've had a slow start this year. It's not just the midfield. It's been a few other things. Obviously, Mane leaving, it made it really difficult. But we need a new midfield. And Jordan Henderson's had some good performances, but he's going on 33, so we need to try invest again. But anyway, that about wraps up, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you keep in touch. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe if you are new. Check out the Twitch stream down below. I'll leave it in the comments section. I'm going to do the World Cup final tonight. The World Cup final is tonight. Going to do that. And then obviously back to the Premier League season. We'll be streaming as much Premier League games as we can and a little bit of FIFA in between. When obviously games aren't on, we'll do a little bit of FIFA career mode and stuff. So make sure you're following that out if you love it. And as usual, guys, see you on the next one. Peace out.